Okay.
Alicia, could you tell us, can you see Abril big?
Hi.
Just give me a thumbs up. Can you guys see Abril big or do you guys see me big?
Both.
So, Evelyn, am I little and Abril is big? I've got good helpers. See you both normal, both.
Whoever speaks. So right now, am I in the big spot or is it Teresa? So it goes back and forth, Teresa.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you speak, and unless there's a question, I will be little because I don't know what they did to this thing.
Okay. Well, let's do it. I mean, it's still, it would be fun to see what is your recording showing. Can you go and check or no?
No.
No.
So everybody, this is the only time you'll see me big unless I have a question. So welcome to the class today. Abril will be our host. Abril is actually going to teach us how to get ready for Valentine's with a really cool recipe of birria and a flan. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat or in the question and answers, and I will try to relay them to her without taking up the whole screen. And thank you. Oh, and today we will be raffling off 2 awesome gift baskets to people in attendance. So at the end, I'll do the raffle. And welcome, Abril.
Hi, Teresa. Thank you for co-hosting with me today. Hello, everyone. My name is Abril Chavarria, and I'm going to be your guide today to create a delicious and very simple birria recipe. And we're going to hack this recipe. We're going to make it on our Instant Pot. First of all, we're going to give a few minutes while everyone else joins us, but I want to talk to you about this delicious wine that my friends from Northgate gave me today. They gave me actually 2 bottles of 2 different wines, but this one is Sonoro Rosso in Rosé, and this is what I'm going to be drinking in this class because it's pink and delicious, and it reminds me of Valentine's. So, to get ready for this recipe, we're going to need a few ingredients, and I'm going to start going through the list of ingredients while everyone catches up, okay? And this is going to be a very family-friendly recipe, Valentine's night. We're going to I have 2 kids, and so right now, since we are all here in my house and no one gets to leave, well, we all have to celebrate certain dates, right? So this is going to be a family-friendly Valentine's. And let's see. The first 2 ingredients that we're going to need, it's going to be beef shanks and beef roast. And this one can also be called in Spanish, carne para deshebrar. So you can go to Northgate and find either of those. So the recipe called for 1.5 pounds. This is a little more than that, so we're going to just increase a little bit of the time for cooking, and that's it. What else? We need 3 liters of beef stock or broth. We need half an onion. We need 5 garlic cloves. We need 3 Guajillo peppers, 3 Ancho peppers, and 3 California peppers, the dried ones, guys, okay? We'll talk a little bit about it later. We are going to use 3 bay leaves, and I personally recommend the ones that are fresh. You can find them also at Northgate, and these will boost your flavor incredibly. So whenever you find these ones, please get them. You can use them for a lot of things. We are gonna need a little bunch of peppercorns, around 3 or 4. We need water, we need apple cider vinegar, we need a stick of cinnamon, a little bit of ground cloves. We also need comino, a pinch, and I think, salt. And that's for the birria, that's our ingredients. But we're also having a flan today. So for that, let's go through the ingredients. Now, this recipe is very interesting because it has a twist. We're gonna make a coconut flan, but if you don't wanna make it with coconut, it's okay. You can just disregard those ingredients, okay? But we are going to need 5 eggs. We need 1.5 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of water. We need 1/2 cup of coconut flakes or shredded coconut, just like this one over here. We also need 1 cup of coconut milk, and I left it in the can so you can see what I'm talking about. It's not the bottled coconut milk, it's the one in the can. We also need condensed milk, and we need evaporated milk. So 1 can of evaporated milk and 1 can of condensed milk. We also need 1/2 of a bar of cream cheese. If you want, you can add some, okay, there's, how many ounces is a cup? A cup of the coconut milk. And vanilla. You also can add vanilla if you wish to. If you don't, it's okay. Okay, so what about we get started? What do you think, Teresa? It's time to get started? Let's do it. Okay, so the first step we're gonna do is we are going to start cooking our meat. And this birria, it's like a brothy birria, it's caldito, it's birria and caldito, okay? So we need a lot of liquids, and that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna start cooking our meat, and we're just gonna place the meat in there. There you go. So as I was telling you guys, I purchased a little bit more just because those packages had more than what we needed in the recipe. So I'm gonna add a little bit more than 3 liters of the broth. And this one, I made it earlier, but you can use water and the consomme cubes, you know which ones? The Nor ones, or you can use the ones that are already packaged in those tetra packs. Whatever you want to use, just make sure it's around 3 liters. There you go. And this one I like to make it myself with bones and with a little bit of meat. Okay, and then we are going to add the cinnamon stick and the bay leaves. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and a little bit of salt. Let's add like 1/2 teaspoon of salt, okay? I mean a tablespoon, sorry. We add that, and we're gonna cook for 15 minutes in the pressure cooker. So if some of you have asked me before if it's high, and I believe it's a high setting. Mine doesn't say, so I assume it's high. Oh yeah, it does say. So yeah, so high for 15 minutes. Now guys, if you feel I'm going too fast, please type and I can read, or Teresa can tell me. I'm a little bit revolutionized. I'm always like very fast, but I can go back on steps or take it a little bit slowly. Okay, so while this starts getting cooked, we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 Fahrenheit. And we are gonna start with the rest of our recipe. So you will need a comal just like this one because we're gonna toast the chiles. And my stove it takes a minute for it to get very, very hot, so you can go ahead and start. And what we need to do is only remove the stems and just give it a little shake, all the seeds inside. You don't have to make sure everything goes out because we're gonna liquefy this and then we're gonna strain it, so it's okay. Plus seeds give a lot of flavors, so you don't have to get rid of all of them, okay? Just the excess. So going back, these are 3 Guajillo peppers or chiles. I like to call them chiles. And then 3 Anaheim or California. I think Anaheim is when they're fresh, and then California is when they're already cooked. So California, and the same happens with Ancho peppers or chiles. They're called Ancho when they're dry, and when they're fresh, they're poblanos. So there you go. 3 of each. Also, guys, if you want to make it spicy, you can add 3 chiles de árbol. Those are their tiny red ones, and you can add 3 or 4. This time around, since my kids are eating this, I'm not gonna include those, but you can, you're more than welcome to include them in your recipe, okay? So my stove is gonna take a little bit of time here, but you can go ahead and start also. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start in both burners. Cheers, happy Valentine's. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. While we wait on this, let me show you something very cool I find in Northgate today. I was there and oh my gosh, I'm gonna read a few. So just tell me, do you prefer Spanish or English? So these are Valentine's cards. They're selling over there, and actually if you purchase anything $35 or more, any Valentine's item, you get one of these free. So for example, my favorite one, honestly, and just because it reminds me of my childhood, was the "You're like a paleta payaso." Look at these, it's so cute. And then you open it and it says the sweetest thing. Oh my gosh. So I went a little crazy and I purchased, I got Spanish version and I got the English version. So all of them, they have 6 or 7 different types. I'm gonna read you one in Spanish. This has 2 little corn cob in the cob here, like Mexican elote. Y dice, amo todo lo que haces. And then you open it, it says, excepto cuando no me compartes de tu elote. And I'm gonna read one more while these chiles, because it's not happening soon. Okay, this other one. Oh, this is the cutest one, guys. So it says, we're like trompo and pineapple. We simply go well together. This one I'm gonna give to my husband. This Valentine, it's so sweet. It's super cute. Okay, so make sure you go and check them out. They have a lot of different types. I love them all personally. I think it's a very good detail because it's Mexican and it's kind of funny. So I'm all about that. Okay, so hey, is anyone cooking with me today? Let's hear it. Raise your hand if you're cooking with me today, because I really need to know how your chiles are going. Yeah? Ooh, okay, there's people cooking. Cheers to that. I love it. Okay, guys, so let's see. Since this is taking longer than I want to, just flip them. Make sure you're flipping your chiles. And they have to get like a little bit brownish, but not burnt. Like this one was getting there. See, they changed slightly. Oh, something about a crock pot, right? So they can use it instead of an instant pot. Okay.
It's a slow cooker. Sorry, you guys are gonna see me bigger. Is it okay if they use a stove or a slow cooker because they don't have your Instapot?
Yes, you can definitely use it. I personally, when I have time, I prefer the slow cooker. Just make sure you leave it overnight or you have like a solid 8 hours to cook it because you want those juices to be cooking that meat slowly and slowly and slowly. So it takes time. So around 8 hours is the time that I usually cook it for. And what I do sometimes is I throw everything, like including all the ingredients that I showed you, I throw them in there and they cook together, and then I just drain everything, I liquefied it, and then I pour it back in. And that's basically how I prepare my slow cooked birria. But this one, since we're skipping a lot of steps, that's what we're doing right now because we want it to be fast. But yeah, the other slow cooker will work as well. Okay. So, you know what? This thing it's off. Oh no, what happened? That's why it wasn't, I think the breakers. Okay.
Your Instapot also.
Oh, that's not okay. Okay. Good thing I figured it out. So I have one of those connectors because it's a lot of things cooking, like I'm using a lot of electricity. So let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Okay. So Teresa, today technology is not working with us, huh? What's going on? Okay. Well, there you go. So now it's finally starting to cook again. Okay, guys, so I assuming that by now your chiles are already toasted. So we're gonna move forward to the next step. And what we're gonna do is that you need a pot like this one. We're gonna bring in the water. Make sure it's about 1 liter of water or a little bit less. And then we're gonna bring in the onion, the garlic, the peppercorns, and the chiles, okay? There. So if you guys are already there, you can start and we're gonna leave this to cook, so it's okay. It's gonna take a little bit longer for me, but you guys can go ahead and do that. And oh no, you know what? This is not gonna work. I'm just gonna move it, Teresa, because this keeps, okay, there you go. This has never happened to me before, oh no. Okay, oh my gosh. We're improvising, Teresa, we're improvising. There you go. Perfect. Everything's here. Okay. So here we go again. La tercera es la vencida. There we go. That's it. Okay. Perfect. So let's start cooking these. Can you see me all right? Yeah? Okay. I'm gonna, oh, look, there you go. It's starting to work. Perfect. Okay. Okay, guys. So we don't need our comal anymore, so you can just discard this one. And now, while our chiles are cooking, we are gonna start with our flan, okay? And the first thing we're gonna do is that we need a pot just like this one, a smaller one. We're gonna make the syrup or caramelo from the flan. And we put it here. We bring the 1.5 cups of sugar and the 1/2 cup of water. Again, whenever you have any questions, you go ahead and raise your hand. Oh, I just saw that somebody said something.
So they want to know what you put in the pot with the chiles. It was the onion and the garlic, right?
It's, yeah, so I threw in there the 1/2 an onion. We put the 5 garlics and also 3 peppercorns and the chiles. And we're gonna bring it to a simmer until the onion and the garlic are soft, then we move to the next step. So in the meantime, we start with our caramelo. And I recommend one of these pots that have a long level so you can kind of move the pot like this, okay? Oh my gosh, we saved the day in a minute. I was kind of super scared. But I didn't read.
She wants to know what's in the caramelo. It's
Oh, okay. So in the caramelo, we only put the sugar, 1.5 cups of sugar and 1/2 cup of water. And that's it. And we're just gonna leave it there until it starts like melting and making what the syrup for the flan. Are you getting a better view now? There you go. Perfect. So my caramelo is starting to make little bubbles. I just move it around like this, but we're allowing the heat to come here and make its work, because this needs to be almost as it was burned. You're gonna smell it. It's gonna smell like toffee, very toasty, and that's what we're looking for. This is what I call multitasking. Whenever you're cooking like a lot of recipes at the same time. Oh, do you see those bubbles over there? Those are a good thing. Just keep it moving it like this. Yes, 1.5 sugar and 1/2 cup of water. We do have a recipe, right? Teresa, is it in the Northgate website?
yes, and I put the one for the Instapot on the chat, and I'll put the other one in the chat right now too.
Okay. This right here is a lot of patience. We are beginners at some point, so just if you don't get it right the first time, keep trying. I messed up a lot of times before I get a syrup right. The first time what I did was mix it with a spoon, and that will ruin it. Then the other times I will leave it in low heat so it doesn't burn it as good as you would want to. So yeah, don't be afraid. Just try and try and try. But if you do it as I'm doing it, it will be easy. When this is starting to look good as too. Yeah, and that foamy that it's making, it's part of what it has to do. So it's okay. So do we have people from where exactly today? Last week we had people from Texas. We had people from San Francisco, I believe. We were talking about football. It got a little heated. It was fun. So I even talked to Teresa and I told her, hey, we need to open a Northgate over there because we have a lot of people from Texas lately. See how it's changing colors? I don't know if you get like, but it's gonna start getting like more of a brownish copper, but we still need more color.
So Abril, while that's happening, what if we do our first raffle?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So I have my little cup here, everybody, and I wrote everybody's name. And if you win, you could just send me your address in the chat, and we'll make arrangements for you to pick up your basket.
Oh, but wait, Teresa, tell us what is in the basket.
So the first basket is by our friends for Sorrento Wines, and it's a beautiful. I'll put a picture in the chat. And the winner is Evelyn Anaya. So Evelyn, congratulations. And you're not my relative. We just have the same last name.
Okay. I was so
I don't know Evelyn. So Evelyn, could you just send me your address privately in the chat, and we'll make sure we get you that basket.
Hey, Teresa, are those one of the baskets that Life with Aaron's was talking about today?
No, this one's a little different, but we do have those beautiful baskets at Northgate.
Wow, I saw them and I was like, whoa, it saves a lot of time. Just go there, purchase it, and bye-bye.
Yeah, and then you get a free card.
And then you get a free card. One of those awesome cards. Okay, so perfect. So this is getting there, but we're not there yet, guys. So just keep moving it like this. You'll see whenever is the time, you're gonna smell it and see it. I'm just gonna leave it there because it needs more heat. Okay, so whoever's cooking, how many people are cooking with us today? 1, 2, 2? Okay, nice. So how, just type in what exactly is happening in your kitchen right now. Let's hear it. My caramelo is starting to, oh, there you go. Yeah, just keep it bubbling. Give it a little mix once in a while and then put it back in the heat. So that's a very nice gift from you guys. You're always giving us stuff. Like these ones, isn't it pretty? I got so many compliments when I posted the picture about my apron. It was like last week, I believe. And I got a lot of compliments. Like, where do you get those? And I'm like, at Northgate, obviously. Oh, there you go. There's the email. Okay, guys, so look. Almost there, but don't trust that brownish color. It still needs to be more dark, okay? So are these two wines included in those baskets, Teresa? The Sonoroso? Yeah. And then the other one, the
The key
Monteviejo.
one, the Sonorosa, and there we will be raffling a Campo Viejo one later in the class.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. And I got those two. Actually, we're gonna have dinner with one of them today. Okay, guys. So I think that by now probably your chiles are already cooked. Whenever that happens, turn your stove off, the burner side for the chiles. And also, I don't know, maybe your caramelo is already done because, as you know, my stove is a little bit slower. Mine, it needs like yes, 1 can of condensed milk and 1 can of evaporated milk and 1 cup of coconut water, milk, sorry. There you go. We're almost there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move forward. Is everyone cooking ready to the next step? Because the next step requires a blender. And so what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna blend everything. Don't mind the seeds or everything else, it's okay. Once we strain these, we're gonna get rid of all those little parts, so don't worry. Okay, and so in here we're gonna add some salt, and I don't know if you get to see, there you go. We're gonna add some salt. And this is basically the concentrate, okay, for our birria. So we're gonna add some salt, and salt is to taste, whatever feels good for you. We also wanna add a pinch of cloves, powdered cloves, just a little hint.
How many ounces of condensed evaporated milk?
Well, let me tell you in ounces. It's it says 387 grams, but it doesn't say ounces. It's just the average can, which is a little can. It's half of the size of the evaporated, a little bit smaller. Okay, so a pinch of clove powder and a pinch of comino. Okay, and comino, I like to add a tiniest pinch, like just like this. But I know that a lot of people like it a lot, so that's up to you as well. Okay. So, oh, there you go, look. I'm just gonna leave it for 1 more minute until I go and blend. The vinegar, we're gonna add it at the end, but yeah, it has vinegar. So once we drain it into the pot, then we add the vinegar and we cook it for another 10 minutes. Okay, so let me go and blend my mixture, and I'll be back with you guys, okay? You can go and do that as well. Okay, this is ready as well. There you go. So this is the color we're looking for, like very, very dark, like even almost like coffee dark, okay? And it smells, it smells like that flan syrup smell, like a little bit of like soury and like smoky in a way. Okay, so now guys, we need a pan, like a baking dish, and this is like a 10, it's a 9-inch, and that's what we're using today. And we're just gonna pour our caramel in here. And we're gonna do this. There you go. And we're just gonna leave it to start cooling off, okay? While we prepare our flan. Any questions so far, guys? Okay, this one, we're not gonna need it anymore. So I'm gonna remove it from the set. And let's go bring our mixer. You can use a hand mixer or you can use a regular mixer like these ones I have. Oh, let me get my mittens because this is hot. Perfect. Okay. There you go. And now we bring this one over here. Everyone can look at it. There we go. I'm gonna plug it in. There we go. Okay. Now, for the flan, let's move forward, shall we? Everyone gets a good look at this? Yes, great. Okay, so we are gonna add the cheese and the condensed milk. If you have a spoon near you, make sure to kind of, because our flan has no sugar, so this is what it's gonna sweeten it. So we want every drop. Esto le va a dar el sabor. There we go. Okay, and then we add the milk, the coconut milk. This is a cup. And this one is a little thicker than regular milk. We also are gonna add the evaporated milk. And we're gonna start mixing this in a low setting, okay? There we go. Then what I'm gonna do, and these eggs are room temperature. And I'm gonna start breaking them in a separate cup just to make sure that no shells fall in there. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now, for all of you that want some vanilla, you can add it right now. Just gonna add like a little hint. There we go. And then I'm gonna start adding the eggs one by one. Here you can increase the speed. There we go. And the last one. Let's give it a final in the highest speed possible. This is very liquidy. It's not thick as other mixtures. So like make sure it doesn't splash out. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna add the coconut flakes, and this is a cup. We add that. We mix it a little bit. You can mix it with a spoon. Very nice. And we bring back our mold. Okay, there you go. So by now your oven must be hot already. Remember 350. And we're gonna cook this around an hour. There we go. Okay, but there's a trick though. Before we put it in our oven, let me bring the special part of it. We need a bigger pot, okay? Because we're gonna cook it at Baño Maria. So I left this in my oven, so it's hot right now. And what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of water. Okay, so we put some water. It has to be hot water. So this is as hot as it gets.
About how much water, Abril?
So it has to be enough water to cover the one that goes inside halfway. Okay, it all depends on your, there we go. So you need to make sure that the water in the big base will raise all the way through halfway of the one inside. Does that make any sense? Yeah, right? Okay. So mine needs a little bit more, so let me get more. So yeah, it all depends on what mold do you use. So mine is there, half the way. Okay, now with a lot of care, you put it in the oven and we cook it without opening the door for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, depending on your oven. Once an hour has passed, then you pinch it on the middle, and if the toothpick or the fork comes out clean, then it's ready. And I'll show you what it has to look like. Give me just 1 minute. There. Whew. Okay, guys, I'm back. So let me show you my beautiful flan already made. This is what it should come out like. And so, okay, so quick tip. Once it's ready, you need a big plate to flip it. You go around the edges with a knife, and then you put the big plate on top and you flip it. And that's it. It should come out super easily. Now what we're gonna do is let's decorate this flan. And so since it's Valentine's Day, I cut strawberries shaped in hearts. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put them here. It's just a little detail that makes it like sweet, right? Looks pretty. Because it's still Valentine's Day, Tere, even though we're stuck at home. Okay. Also, since this is a coconut flan, let's do this. Perfect. There you go. Okay.
Beautiful.
It's so cute, right? And it's very, very good. So, okay, let me take you guys. Yeah, because it's still cooking. So let me take you guys to my little setup that I created. And we're gonna place the flan over here. And I just created a little setup for Valentine's. We have our flan over here. We also have the other wine, Campo Viejo. Thank you so much. Some cards. And oh, you know what I got? I got the rice and the beans from Northgate to go with my birria. Okay, so, okay, what do you think? So cute, right? Let's go back to our final recipe, and I'm gonna show you how to garnish your birria. There you go. Okay, so I don't know about your Instant Pot, but mine shows, oh my gosh, shows 42 minutes still. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it to show you what to do the next step, and then we'll cook it for a little bit more, okay? So let's just open it. Okay, so while this opens, let me show you, this is my previous batch of birria, and this is what it has to look like once it comes out. And I usually have my birria with some cilantro and some white onion, some lime juice, and that's basically how I have it. Nothing else needed. Probably some tortillas and some chips. But this is what your birria is gonna look like once you finish cooking it. There we are. So guys, do you have any more questions? Something to ask before we go ahead and take the last step of this recipe? Good points though. You need to remove the bones and also the bay leaves once it's ready, okay? I usually take them out with like tongs or some sort of another device, but you take it up and then you remove it and then it's ready. You can shred the meat. It's so tender that with a regular pork, it will come out nice.
While you're finishing up, I am going to raffle the Campo Viejo basket.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited.
Oh, me
And
too.
the winner is Edna Monterrosa.
Edna Monterrosa, you just won a wine basket.
So
Woohoo!
Edna, if you could privately send me your address and your email in the chat, I can get that going. And you won the Campo Viejo basket. So I'm very excited. And so I have 2 more baskets that we're raffling off on Thursday. So if you guys are going to join us on Thursday, Chef Isabella is going to teach us how to make steak, shrimp, garlic potatoes, and awesome another type of Valentine. So you guys could celebrate Valentine's on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So you have the family version, Mexican style, and the romantic. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead for the last step. And while this cools off, because last time I opened my Instant Pot abruptly, it overflowed horrible. So I don't want that to happen right now since we're pausing the process. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna strain el caldito que hicimos, and I'm gonna use this regular pot. So you see how it becomes like a sauce because we liquefied it very well, like do it for a long time. So all the little shells and everything dissolves. And then with a spoon we do this. And scratch the sides. There we go. Nice. Just keep doing that until most of the moist falls into our pot. And this is basically the essence of your birria. So we want the last drop of this. Just keep going like this. Don't stop. And eventually it's going to drain out completely, leaving just like the basurita. How would you call that? What will you call that, Teresa? All the remains?
Or the pulp? Maybe the pulp?
Yeah, the pulp. That's a good one. Yeah, all the pulp.
Yeah.
The shells, la cáscara de the peels of the onion. Everything will remain in here, and we only get the caldito. Now, if you feel that you can add more water to this, I will recommend add more broth from your pot, like just kind of a few spoons of it, so it will drain all the good stuff without adding more water. But there you go. Perfect. Teresa, this is smelling so yummy.
It looks delicious, Abril.
Yeah. So now
So,
would be a good
Abril,
time,
is it going
guys.
to be a little picosita or no?
No, not really, because Guajillo in California and Ancho are not like really hot chiles. But if you want it hot, well, two things. You can always add chile at the end, like a hot sauce, or you can add chile de arbol. That one is hot. And you can add it to the process if you want like a hot birria. There we go. So I think for me, this is gonna be it in this step. I usually take more time and like I can be here like an hour, but just leave it like this right now. I can always come back later. So see, you have like this kind of like a consomme. And so the last step, guys, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of vinegar in here. I use the apple cider vinegar because I think it's mild and it gives it a nice sweet finish, not so, you know, it's not as aggressive. And let's see. There we go. Nice. We add it to our mix. There we go. And so now we finish cooking, guys. Well, it doesn't want to close because it's hot. But anyway, you set it for 15 minutes because it didn't cook so much, at least with me. So I'm going to start over again. So 50 more minutes and then you're done. That's as simple as that. And there you have it. So do you guys have any more questions? Let's go set up our table with our birria. Any other question you guys have? Now would be the moment before we start eating and enjoying this delicious meal. No?
That looks delicious, delicious.
It's so good. I really like it because it has a lot of consistency and body and it tastes just like birria, but you make it in a zip-zap. So kudos for hacks. I love hacks, you guys. So yeah,
You're a hack queen.
I'm the hack queen, yeah. Okay, guys, what it was. Oh, and you know what? Get some rice. Yes, tortillas. I do eat tortillas. I have it with tortillas and with totopos as well. And with rice and beans, and you can purchase those already pre-made in Northgate, and so you're hacking another thing there. So anyway, guys, it was so much fun to hang out with you today. I really hope you enjoyed this class and hope to see you soon. We're having another class at the end of the month. Also, Northgate has a lot of classes going on every single week with some other influencers or cooks or chefs. So make sure to visit their website and see what they have for you this week and next week.
So thank you. And guys, see you guys on Thursday. I'm back on Thursday where we're going to be making our other dish. And like Abril said, a lot of more dishes coming. We're very excited with all our Lent, Quaresma seafood recipes that are going to be coming up. So stay tuned. And today we had 2 raffles. We'll have 2 more raffles on Thursday. And then we're going to start having a little bit more fun. So thank you for joining us. The recording will be sent out, and they are on our website right now till now. So if you have any questions, send us a note. Thank you and have a great evening. Enjoy. Provecho, Abril.
Gracias. Sorry about the technical difficulties we experienced today.
Bye.